Is living with your parents as an adult a turn-off to women? I still live with my parents while I finish up university. I don't intend to be here forever. And as soon as I graduate and find full-time employment, I intend to move out. But right now, it just doesn't seem worth it to try and get an apartment on a minimum wage salary. Especially with how expensive rent is nowadays. I should also mention that I help out around the house a lot. I cook a lot of meals, wash dishes, do laundry, clean up when it gets messy, etc. But I still feel very insecure over the fact that I live with my parents. And I feel too embarrassed to try to date or ask women out because I worry I'll just get rejected immediately for living with parents at my age. Should I focus on trying to find my own place if I want to start dating, or should I not worry? If your parents went away for 2 weeks, would the house descend into chaos or would it be tidy and clean? Do they have to tell you when chores have to be done, or do you notice yourself that the plants need watering or the counter needs cleaning? Depends how much your parents do for you. If your parents still clean your room, do your laundry, make your lunch, I would find it a turn off because I wouldn't want to have to mother you if we moved out together. It really depends on the individual woman and your individual circumstances. I didn't care if a dude was living with his parents. I cared about why he was living with his parents and when he was planning on leaving. Hard times? Weird circumstances? Strategically saving money for a future plan? All of these were very acceptable reasons to me. It's different if the guy has no ambition and is staying just because he can. You're fine. Being a university student, especially full-time, exempts you from that kind of judgment. Any woman that looks down on you for that you shouldn't concern yourself with. 35 years old woman here. You're 24 and still in school. No, there's nothing wrong with living with your parents. Especially in this economy. Any woman who judges you for that isn't worth dating. I dated guys who lived with their parents in my early mid-20s. The only real issue was privacy, which was easily avoided by either going to my place or booking a hotel room. Mehubs 2.0 lived with his till I married him. We were in our 30s. We both cook, clean, share family responsibilities. Just work on yourself and make sure when it's go time you're ready to function outside of your family home. Smiling face. I can't answer for women because I'm a man. But I wish I could have lived at my parents' house when I first started working. A few years rent-free is a great way to build up savings. I think it depends on what you have going on. Like if you are changing careers and going to college, etc. Or maybe you are injured or disabled. If you aren't employed and you aren't looking for a job and all you do is play video games all day, then yeah, that's a turn off. No ambition and being lazy is a turn off to women. In this economy? I would imagine it depends on why you are living at home. If it's to save money while studying or because you would rather stay home a couple extra years to save money to buy your own place rather than move out and waste money renting a place, then most women would probably not care that much. Probably a decent amount of women who either see the upsides of your choice or are in the same situation as you. If you are like 30 and still live at home because you refuse to get a job, then yeah, you are not gonna find someone, or at least it's extremely unlikely. It's only a turn off for me because I live with my parents and I need someone else's place to go to. Sometimes tears of joy. Don't ever worry about what others think. It's a waste of time and energy. They aren't you. In addition, 56% of your generation has moved back home. It's ugly out there and I'm sorry you and your generation got screwed out of the rite of passage to explore and have fun being a young adult in the world living on your own. Lol, my BF and I, 21 and 23 at the time, both lived with his mom in a one-bedroom for a year. We literally slept in a living room. But God, that safety net is nice. Edit: to clarify, my point is no. In the US definitely, in other countries it's very common to still live with your parents at 24. Depends on the person. I'm 24 and live with my parents, but the girl I'm seeing doesn't really mind. For someone else that might be an instant nope. Then again, it is somewhat of a cultural thing. And where I'm from, it's really not super rare to find someone in their mid-20s living with their parents, even for some fully employed people. All women don't have the same turnoffs, so it would depend on the woman. As a woman, I've dated people who still lived at home and they were a bit older than me, yet both in our 20s. It's not a turn off at all, as I understand it's ridiculously expensive to live on your own without the right circumstances. Lots of women still live at home in their 20s anyway. It's not a turn off, it's normal as hell these days. At 24 and fresh out of college, it's really more to be expected than anything. Assuming you're dating women your own age, most are not going to be immediately turned off by living with parents. However, if you're never able to get a second of privacy when at home, then it's going to be a turnoff. Some are like, really, why? Just say you are saving up for a house, boom, she knows you have long-term goals and wants to be around for that journey. As long as you function as an adult and pull your own weight, which it sounds like you do, I wouldn't have a problem with it at all. Someone who still related to their parents the way they did in childhood, I wouldn't consider mature enough to be in a relationship. In your circumstances, living with your parents is actually the wiser financial choice. Also keep in mind that attitudes towards living with family are very much cultural. In many parts of the world it's considered completely standard. I'm 32 and had to move back with them a few years ago after a relationship ended. It's a big house. I pay rent and earn my stay. And still pay my own bills. My girlfriend doesn't really care. She lives with family too. It's just very difficult to afford living anywhere else but with my parents right now. I live in suburban PA and jobs aren't really paying more than $18 an hour. Don't make financially poor decisions just because you want to impress some theoretical woman. I met my GF when I was 28. I was living with my mom and dad and making shit money. She has seen me grow in my career, move out, make better money, get a new car. Now I'm going back to school. She stuck by me for all of that. Some women want someone established to take care of them. That's valid. But other women who are successful independently want someone to grow with. It sounds like you got a good head on your shoulders and good hustle. You just need to find someone compatible. The bigger question is if you want to be with someone who is so short-sighted to dismiss you because of your current situation. If you can cook, clean, do laundry, you already have much more appeal than most dudes in their mid-20s. Tears of joy. I was about 10 years into my dating life before a partner even offered to cook me dinner, lol. It's not guys still living with parents that we look down on. It's guys living with their parents who act like children and let mommy do everything for them. You're sweet. For most women, yes, it is a turn off. For some women it is not, but they are rarely available. If you are still in school, know as the need to focus on classes takes up a lot of time. If you are making a living, or just sitting at home, absolutely. I was 24 when I got married. I went back to school when I was 26. Doing school and having a full-time job, as well as a home life. That sucked. Keep to your plan. You're doing good. Unfortunately, yes. Women will date a man who lives with his wife before they date a man that lives with his parents. It might not be a turn-off to women younger than you. But any woman 25 doesn't want to hang out in your bedroom at your parents' house.